Hello everyone, I'm the Whisky Enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a milestone from Wolfburn Distillery. We have their first 8-statement whiskey, the 10-year-old. This is a miniature, obviously. It doesn't just come like that, but there you go. The main bottle is the same. I'll just put it here. It's I tried it at Duncan Murray Wines in Market Harborough. A fantastic place if you ever find yourself there in Market Harborough in Leicester. Great wines, really good beer selection. And he doesn't have a lot of whiskey, but what whiskey he has is always one of the newly released ones and the ones that you can find less of. So he doesn't have the generic stuff. So a big shout out to Duncan and his shop. So I enjoyed it there. I liked it. What is this going? Yeah, hold on. Let's do it that way. I didn't like it to pay the full bottle. So I wanted to tell you my notes on this. I'm not a massive sherried whiskey fan, so it's normal for me to not necessarily like it. But I liked it much more than I thought I would. Now, Wolfburn Distillery is in Thurso, Caithness, so northernmost Thurso, sorry, northernmost mainland distillery in Scotland. And they've been releasing some NAS whiskies. And I've tried the Morven and I tried the Landscape. Morven is the lightly peated one. They do peated and unpeated whiskies, mostly unpeated. And their peated ones are like 5, 10, 15 ppm maximum. So it's very lightly peated pre-distillation. And I found them a bit characterless. They weren't bad, but I could really do without them. It's just, it's forgettable whiskies. Until this one. Age statement, matured in second fill Oloroso sherry butts or hogsheads, just full maturation Oloroso sherry casks, it says, so we don't know hogsheads or butts. But 46% ABV, non-chill filtered and natural color, says it on the box, which is always good. And I think it's sold about 60 pounds, 65 pounds. So for a 10-year-old whiskey from a craft distillery for craft presentation, it's not bad. So let me give you my notes on this, and if you're interested in it, you can go and get. But the good thing is, even on their website, they sell the miniature. That's smart. I like it when distilleries do this because you know money is tight for everyone, and it will be more. Like this. I mean, yeah, well, industry is not going anywhere great, so the prices could drop. But to support these distilleries, for them to reach out to you, to break into this market that's so saturated and everyone has their tastes. These are good ways of reaching to you. A good selection pack of miniatures, and you pick your favorite. And if you fall in love with one, then you commit to a full bottle, and then you become their, inadvertent brand ambassador. Right. So, Wolfburn, named after a stream on the location that their water source, Wolfburn, originally was, I think, built in 1830s or something. This is 2013, the rebuilt version. So it has nothing to do with the original. And they don't put that original date, do they? They shouldn't. As far as I know, they don't. Maybe they mention it in their website or something, but as far as I know, they don't in their bottles. Never owned a full bottle. Full disclosure. All right. Wolfburn 10, Oloroso matured second fill. Oloroso matured on the nose. So I get a lot of sour fruit notes. A lot of figs, sour cherry, ripe, overripe bananas, fruit that's going a bit. So there's a sour, funky note on the nose. But I don't get that glue and varnish and burnt plastic note I get with Oloroso casks, which is good for me. But a lot of overripe fruits. Yeah, there's a funky sourness to it. It's almost like off, but it's not, and it's good. It's nowhere near, but reminiscent of a Campbelltown Funk. Hint of a Springbank Funk. It could be. And this is unpeated. But it's an interesting nose for sure. A lot of dried fruits and overripe fruits with a little honey note on the back end, some ginger spice, a hint of plastic note, and a light chocolate note. Okay, on the palate, it's rather nice. Nice chocolate notes, raisins, dried figs continue. The nose was figs, palate is dried figs, caramel, a little bit of a charred note that comes more pronounced on the finish. Little chocolate, little woody, and little char note on the finish. But the palate is sweet, sour. The funk is less pronounced on the palate than it's on the nose. And a hint of burnt notes, a little bit of burnt sugar. Medium finish. Leaves you with a bit of a empty feeling. Finish is not good. But the nose is... now I get a bit more Old Pulteney vibe on the nose. The funk kinda, it's still there, but if you put it aside and try to find another note, you get a bit more Old Pulteney 12 kind of note, a bit more fresh, a bit more briny. But funk is there, hay, malty, overripe bananas, figs, caramelized, sugary, overripe figs, and it's a good nose. It's a consistent nose. Doesn't flop around. It's quite straightforward in the sense that what it gives, and a back end of a flat Coca-Cola note. You get some with some rums. So there's that caramel sweetness on the nose as well. All right, second time round. Now a bit more citric, a bit more orangey. But the sherry sweetness is there. It's not overpowering. It's nice. Maybe some citric orange juice is there. A little bit of herbal, mentholy note. Burnt sugar and chocolate and caramel notes are ever present. A bit more Christmas spices on the palate now. But it's not an overpoweringly sherried whiskey. It's a sherried whiskey, but it's not a sherry bomb. Because second fill and Oloroso is a dry kind of sherry. It's not PX, so don't expect an explosion of sweetness. And it's not bourbon on top of, or it's not Oloroso on top of bourbon. So there's not that clashing notes of burnt plastic and overly sweet sometimes because of the bourbon's caramels. It's a straightforward whiskey from the nose to palate to the finish. It's balanced. It's balanced. The finish is quite short for what it is. And so it doesn't feel as old as 10-year-old, but it's a good effort. And I think this might change people's opinion about Wolfburn. Certainly did mine. I'll keep an eye on it. Not as much as to commit to a full bottle, but because maybe it was sherried. Maybe if they really say first filled bourbon, I might be tempted. Because it's not bad. It's not bad at all. The others weren't bad, but at least this is memorable. This is different. This is... something that's elevated their game. So I would like to learn what you think of Wolfburn. What kind of whiskeys from Wolfburn have you tried, if you tried any? And have you tried this one? And what do you think? Do you like? Are there any Wolfburn fans out there? I can't recall from my friends. So I would like to know what you guys think. Right, guys, I'm gonna recommend this to Glencairns because it should be tried, and they have their miniatures. So go ahead and get a small bottle or find it at a bar and try it. See what you think. And if you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It does mean a lot. And if you want to buy me a dram, you could also join my channel. If not, I shall see you guys on the next one. Cheers.